Good evening and welcome. It is midnight here in the Bear Cave. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Night Talk. Now, I'm trying to take my headphones off. Hang on. As it is another day, it's April 18th. Yeah, I know I'm coming on very late. So I'll only be on, a short time. Oh, wow. How's everyone? Um, I'm doing okay. Still, residual of my head cold, but it's a little better, and I'm making some progress. I am, but I wanted to come on. I see you, Vicky. Cups of Conversation says I was just replaying your video from earlier, so you saw that, yeah. hmm each day better and better, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I was looking through some of the beginning videos of surviving Nosy Whole Life. And the first several videos were very much the same in terms of showing documents that came or that were sent uh, from David Johnson, who I think is Danielle. And just one after another, doxing, just showing things. And then talking about Nosy Whole Life. And I mean, everything from her hair, yes. When she even, I guess, was trying that onion water. hmm It was just a mix of things, and showing clips from, remember when Nosy Whole Life had that panel on, and Tulsa, that roast, and just, I guess, pointing out various aspects of Nosy Whole Life, and just saying a lot of things about her to paint a narrative that she was a criminal and she wouldn't tell the police her real name, and just showing all that information, her business, etc., etc., etc. Even including her classes. But something that stood out is time and time again was the message that she had doxed all of these families. Okay. And what if it were your family? Mhm. She asked that question. What if it were your family that, was brought into this and had nothing to do with this? All the innocent people, pictures, and so forth. Hang on, wait a minute. Just make sure. Turn this down. I don't have my headphones on, so I can't hear the music. I think it was on. Hmm. Yeah. How personal it was. And of course, talking about, videos that Nosy Ho Live had made about, remember that, Stop Jamaicans and transphobic, and um, accused her of wanting to see black women art, and just a lot of things. Calling the police and giving an alias and saying that it's a crime. And you know if you were to take the words that were said many times in those videos and then just turn a mirror of that and point it toward Danielle, some of the things that she said about Nosy Whole Life really were a reflection of some of the things that she's done on this platform. I mean, really, really. Hmm. So, yeah. So the video that I played from this morning, that would have been the first part of Nosy Whole Life, coming to the camera and talking about her channel being terminated. Now, I received a few emails. I did, and there were questions around whether or not uh, Nosy Whole Life knew who took her channel, and or that it wasn't Monica. Um, there were more than one person. No, really, because if someone is listening right now that sent me an email, and I was kind of surprised, people were asking the same question in a different way, but it was still the same question. Sorry, just put on something here. Whether or not Nosy Whole Life knew who did that, whether Nosy Whole Life, why didn't she, uh, fight back, or why hasn't she done anything about it? In that video from this morning, Nosy Whole Life, if you listen to her, and she said it herself in another video, she said, I'm lazy, I don't want to deal with this. It's a lot of paperwork, um, the computer, and she even asked, who was it? Like, Princess, if I give you my, you know, user ID or password, can you help design this or that? She's not interested in spending her time pursuing it. Mm-mm. if she knew, if she knew and had all the information, I think she would, if it were just laid out for her and like step by step. Yeah. I don't know if she knows or not. But I do know when I looked at one of the emails that were sent to me, I think this individual was fishing for some answers from me because of the way they were asking the question. Not question, but questions. hmm They're fishing for what I might know or what I may have said or spoken to. Yeah, I know that's what you were doing. Yeah. If it hits you, I'm talking about you. hmm Um, let's see. Yes, Cup says everything she said Nosy did, they did 10 times worse. Well, it's true. It's very true. hmm And it's still hard to know, although it's said in at least a couple of videos, whether or not they were, they alluded to whether or not they didn't have a beef with Monica or wasn't, really that wasn't their pursuit. hmm They had no interest in that. There was something about that. hmm It was kind of like a push and a pull with Monica. She never went on Monica's channel. Have you ever seen Danielle on Monica's channels? You saw Rabbit on Monica's channel. But did you ever see her on Monica's channel? Maybe I missed it. Did was she ever on Monica's channel? Cup says, I have a question. Did Shaky ever do a video all about the tea? She's spoken about Monica, but it was very, very vague. Like one or two liners. And she made it known that what Nosy Whole Life thought was Monica in a couple of instances. No, that it was her. It wasn't Monica that did this or that. hmm I wonder if she thought she was smarter than Monica. Well, of course, she thinks she's the smartest person in the room. But what she really thought about Monica, she didn't really talk about her that much. It seems like I would be able to remember that. Of course, she mentioned, but mm, such as things like um, you've got the wrong person, or um, she thinks, this about, or for example, like Iron Troll told us who Monica is. Yeah, like comments like that. But what her real opinion about Monica? Not so much. Not so much. And I'd have to look through, I've listened to all these videos, but hmm. One thing that I think that was a contradiction that I was going through. She showed a picture when Monica, okay, all right. When Monica was on her live, and remember she was on that beach with the hand over um the lounge or the chair, the beach chair. What did she say about that? Oh, so she was talking about um, people saying that Monica was two people doing this show, like AM or PM. hmm That it's the same person who was doing the live on the beach. She didn't say on the beach, but in the picture. So then I thought, well, Monica was on vacation. Remember when Black Rabbit interviewed Monica? She asked Monica, were you on vacation? Didn't Monica say, I wish I were? Something like that. But in that video, Danielle was talking about Monica going live and showed all about the tea live, on that live, and saying, so then how could it be two people? The voice that you hear on the live, it's Monica. But then I thought, no, wait a minute. I thought she wasn't on vacation. That person was on vacation. That person was that in the Bahamas? What is I've shown that picture before. That resort. Uh, is it the Atlantis? Wait a minute. And look at the top hotels in the Bahamas. Because it was in the background. So that's where she was. Now, who was there? Was it Monique Tolbert or was it Monica? Because she said it was Monica. And Let's see here. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I that just seemed like a contradiction to me. Yeah. Do you have a date for that? That would make the difference. Let's see. Wait a minute. I don't want to play any sound. I've just got to skim through. Hold on. Which one was it? And she was showing pictures, lots of pictures, but let me just see. Oh, okay. See what she was saying here. It was, I can't tell, but she was definitely live on her channel. All About the Tea. Um, let's see. I make a copy. Oops. Let's just do this. She was definitely live. You could see the live button lit. hmm All About the Tea. And then there was another shot of All About the Tea. Yeah. The video. And then you can see NASA, the hotel in the background. And she was talking about Nosy Hole Live, um, the hand picture. But this was early on. And she was defending that it's only one person who's doing the show, whether it's day or night. All right. It's the same Monica. But I thought Monica wasn't on vacation. That's why the date would be important. I think that's why you're asking about that. The date of the video. I should have that. That would have been in, let's see. Hang on. I'd have to go to the original video to look that up. Okay. But the part for me, it seems like a contradiction. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And if that's Monica on the beach and she's not on vacation, who is that? Right? Because she clearly said that was Monica. Mm-hmm. Yeah, broadcasting basically. And it's the same person who does the daytime, AM, and the PM when she created that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's, I believe, NASA, Bahamas. Mm-hmm. Baby Juju says, just her saying that makes me believe there is more than one. Uh-huh. Right, because Black Rabbit made it a point to ask Monica if she were on vacation. Mm-hmm. So again, that's why it's important. Miss Tobert was on vacation. Mm-hmm. That weekend. Uh, was it the 4th of July weekend? I think she said they were away, right? And when they came back, that they would send papers. Her and Raquel. They were on vacation. It was like, was it a family vacation? Yeah. Hmm. I'd again have to look through these videos. Cubs says she definitely was. Hmm. Yeah. What is this? People said years ago, um, AT Alien said something about the owner of All About the Tea is a white man. Okay. Co-owner. Co-owner. Yeah. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Right? Yeah. But those videos early on are all of it's very telling. Mhm. Because inside of those videos are clues that aren't, just so obvious. Mhm. Who she might be, who um, and why Nosy Whole Life was targeted for what reason. Hmm. Yeah, they are very important. And then she made a comment basically comparing when you ask, like, did she, interview Monique Tolbert Taka? I'm sorry, Monica, talk about her or make a video about her, or, yeah, there was some mention, but it was more in defense of who she's not, or as compared to someone else, trying to debunk. Like, for example, remember when she um, spoke about Monica, this person showing herself? Now, that's a time she talked about that. Remember that John Yates Christmas video where supposedly Monica showed herself? All right. So, what she did in that video is sad. Now, I'm going to ask you, did she say, and I know the answer to this, did Daniel say that was Monica? Hmm. In the video, who showed herself? When she defended that it was just a mistake, that it was her. Who remembered that video? So that's a definite video. Hmm. Again, I'd have to think about, yeah. So Baby Juju says painting and rubber stamping the narrative. Joanne, targeted because Nosy Whole Life is a natural. Yeah. Hmm. She was very jealous of the money that, and I've said this time and time again, that Nosy Whole Life was making. Mhm. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. But as to why Nosy Whole Life hasn't pursued it, let me just get rid of this. That would only be a question that she could answer. Mhm. And then her channel. Someone mentioned her channel. She's not up again. I don't know how long that has been. I don't even know the circumstances. I just thought, wasn't she doing like vlogging, right, on her platform? As far as I think, Nosy Whole Life would be a forever target. I used to not think like that, but I think she would be a forever target um, of Danielle's in terms of control. Yeah, controlling um, any uh, anything that would be related to, like, if she, how did Daniel, but if she got out of line. Now that sounds like somebody that wants to control, like she knows her place, like she would never come after her because she wouldn't want the consequences. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, she'd get more of the same of what happened to her. Yeah. No, they don't. So that's part of it too. Controlling that. I think in the background, yes, I wouldn't absolutely. They don't want to really see her gain any traction. Yeah. So let her get so far and then do something. Always, always in the background, I think. Always. Yeah, it's a forever vendetta against her because of what happened to her quote unquote family. That's what I'm going to say. And Nosy Whole Life ain't gonna do it because it's too much money to do and it's just time and she's, on to other things. That's yeah. And again, I can't tell you, and I know that's what a person was digging for. They want confirmation from me about certain things and maybe who I've spoken to or not, or I know you're out there fishing. Okay? Yeah, I'm saying it to you. Yeah, I am. It sounds like a way, it's just a pattern in the messages that I've gone over. And yeah, I'm thinking that this person has been fishing for a long time. Because of the way that they frame the message, it seems like it's curiosity, but it's also kind of embedded with things that they want me to validate. That maybe that's what it is. How I how how I need to say it. Mm, yeah. Cup says, but why? If a person can jump on a live and show their face to throw people off, what else would she do to fool people? So many I believe I do you think I think it's Monica? Nah. I believe it was um, at this point I didn't believe it. But Daniel was trying to convince everyone. Why would she do it was this, the bar the showing the ribs and it was real and it's, you know. But didn't Monica take all of this, you know, precautionary measures not to be found out? And it would be a slip like that, a camera slip? Uh, I don't know. I didn't believe it. It was it was like too much of a pause with John Yates. Monica, yeah. And then her response, well, I'm trying to show these ribs, John. Your camera is on. Well, I'm trying to, it didn't even phase her to me. No, I don't believe it. I didn't believe it then, I don't believe it now. Yeah. Let's see. If it does, then it's you. Yeah, but I wasn't who Monica is. For some reason, that I was just never interested in that part. I don't know. Yeah, but yes, absolutely. I don't think they want Nosy of Life to gain any traction. There's always going to be that. Mhm. Um, then Yates and company went back to their like nothing happened. Exactly. After all of the mystery, everything behind it. It was almost as if the picture didn't even look real to me. It didn't even look, I don't know. And I did a little video of this show. It's like, I mean, basically, what are we looking at here? Right? It could all be smoke and mirrors. I don't believe any of it. No. They then they turn on John Yates and tried to take his channel down. Now that I know how she moves, they could have taken his channel down in one night. Give me a break. Please don't play on my intelligence. If she really wanted to cancel John Yates, he would have been canceled. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. She could have just gone through like she does, strikes, put, alias names, pick something out of the video, claim it as hers, and his channel goes down. It's a bunch of baloney. I don't believe it. It's my opinion. I just don't. A bunch of hoopla. Oh, he put all of his videos on private. Okay. Um, it was a warning and consequences for trying to come against them. Once he got his first strike, he put everything on private. Okay. It was a I don't I don't believe any of it. Suddenly, oh, I just so that's the one thing that motivated her. Okay. She takes off the Superman vest and now she's, all right, a freedom fighter. All right. Is she been marching in disguise on other things, political issues? Somebody ought to know her. Somebody ought to know who she is. Okay. Mm-hmm. Um, let's see. Nova's saying she was white and from the UK, and her and Black Rabbit didn't like each other. Oh, I'm just over it. Yeah, like, yes. Hmm. Monica and John never fell out, correct? Monica and John have known each other they've been friends or, for a long time. I don't think they ever fell out. Hmm. But on that video, when she, came out with her voice, she kind of sent a signal to Monica. And if I find out you're about, behind any of this, basically you can get it too. Um, how is she going to find that out? Does she know Monica? Or is she going to um, do more research? How is she going to find out? Hmm. So, a long way around it. Have I ever heard any videos, you know, her say anything, Monica, is in reference to things, but not not really. Yeah. Mm. She wasn't there to avenge for Monica as the priority. No, it's somebody else that she loved. And I don't think it was Monica. No. So she definitely needed some type of confirmation to make her next move. Oh, you say she knew she couldn't come on defending Monica because everyone hated Monica at that time. Yeah, at the time. They needed a perfect victim. And so the perfect victim would be Miss Tober. So it's random setup. Yeah. So who figured that one out? She came on as a woman in distress, family woman, so that people would have compassion for her and see her, yeah, as the innocent person in all of this. That's what you're saying. The perfect victim. So a setup. Your opinion. They knew Nosy would go off on that woman. But again, when so debonair asked the question, well, how do you explain the link? When I look up, well, when he's saying when he looked up all about the tea, her name came up. That's right. But what about the picture of the avatar? Picture of Angelica. She tried to debunk that as well. When I talked about it, she struck that video. Yeah, Angelica Floyd saying that she used her picture. And so I think Daniel came on talking about that picture came from Um, who's that? I just have the name. Some other singer, I think. Uh, Avatar was used. Yeah, Angelica is another one. She's familiar with that family. Yeah, because she was her building partner. So she's familiar with Monique Tober. Hmm. She came on to help Nosy, but somehow she was cool with the family again. That's true. Is the beef over between them? I don't know. Maybe she's friends or, familiar with other people in the family. Yeah, possibly. I know. How is she going to go from helping Nosy to being back cool with the family again? Especially if Miss Tobert filed, they both filed police reports on one another. Yeah. That's why maybe it's someone else in the family. I don't know how that happens. That doesn't work well with me. That's not how I do it. But the way Raquel said F her and now they're back cool. You know what? I could say something and it's totally different, but I think the same way. Um, like, remember when Sean Davy Way, when he first started his channel? And all he talked about was Tasha K. And he said some foul things. Yeah. So they're cool. They're really cool. Yeah. So maybe that didn't mean anything. Maybe it didn't mean anything when Sean Davy Way talked about her family, husband and kids and stuff like that. Really? Now I'm just being raw. Sean Davy Way said some foul things about Tasha K. He did. He wouldn't be in no show of minds. Not after the things that he said about my family, really? Maybe it was all a joke. Maybe he was just clowning, just being a clown. That's it. It was a joke. Yeah. Every time he sat there in that little corner with that, football helmet behind him and all of that and talked about her, it was a joke. He didn't mean it. He didn't mean the things that he said about women or whatever, about her body or it was a joke. He was just clowning. See, y'all really don't want me to talk about it. Nobody. So, yeah. But I digress. Let's get back to Raquel. Yeah, so maybe that's how it can happen. you know, maybe there's a bigger picture, there's a bigger goal. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Yeah. You know, it could be. That's what I'm saying. It could be something else, but there could be something bigger by making amends with someone, a means to an end. Yeah. Like, let's bygones be bygones because there's a bigger, there's something bigger we can do here. Yeah. I wouldn't trust him. But, people say, well, you wouldn't trust this one. You know what? On YouTube, it's like I'm learning. Who do you trust? Hmm. Yeah. So if that's part of the shtick, the game, promoting the channels, doing all of that, that's what I mean. If that was just all an act that Sean was doing. And I say clown because it's a joke or whatever. People see him. Well, that's kind of what I said he's funny. Yeah. Yeah, that was just a show. Yeah. You think it to keep it in the algorithm. Yeah, maybe. Mhm. So on this platform, at least I've learned. But I can tell you, I would never, you will never, ever in this lifetime or any lifetime ever see me as seeing Daniel any different. Ever. No, not for the things that she has done and said. No, she's cruel. Can never. No. So, how people can do it, I don't know. That's them. They obviously, uh, yeah. Mhm. Okay. So it's 1 o'clock. You never know what I'm going to come on and say. Um, Cub says, I've learned so much. And number one, trust no one. Very few people on this app have integrity. Mhm. Um, I was thinking today, this is like the Matrix, and get me out of it. You get sucked in, and I've been sucked into this too. Uh, we all have, you know? And yeah. Yeah, it's that's what I'm saying. It's about something bigger. It's the views, it's the subs, it's the clicks, it's the money. And for people not even on this platform, just where we are in social media, it's not about integrity as much as it is getting a person's name out there. Good or bad, it doesn't matter. It's whatever the next thing that can make someone go viral. That's that's what it is. I guess it's a strategy. Yeah. Hmm. And it's being done. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. Well, it is 1 a.m. exactly. And yeah, feeling a little better, at least long enough that I taught uh, this entire broadcast. Mhm. But now it's time to say, I could say good night. Yeah. Uh, and then join me sometime tomorrow. Now, whether or not I will be on first thing, not tomorrow, but I'll be on tomorrow. Yeah. Hmm. So, Duckery Friday, yeah, sometime tomorrow. Great commentary. Good morning. Yes, that's what it is. Good morning. That's why I said I could say good night or I could say good morning. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the Grizzlies. Please hit the like on your way out. Email me at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com. But now it's time to say good night. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Um, yeah, see you tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is today, isn't it?